Well, because that's all we're given. We're not given any kind of focus. I mean, that's why we walk around mostly with kind of numbers on ourselves. I mean, imitating some quarterback or something like that, or some baseball person. And we want jerseys. I mean, we want some kind of identification with somebody who is in sports. And you'll see a 40-year-old person, 50-year-old person walking around with number 89 on his front and back. Of some major league team of some type and whatnot. And that's what he identifies with. And so he walks up to someone, gets on the elevator, the freight elevator and whatnot. That's where the conversation is going to be. 4 other black people on there, and somebody mentioned something about some sports, some football team, some basketball team, not so much baseball, certainly not hockey, but usually if it's basketball season, someone will mention something about it.
Right.
And that's the conversation piece. And I'm really not condemning that so much because somebody, standing, yelling at the team, and they, at that moment, there's some type of interaction between that person and the person standing next to them if they're yelling, in praise of the same team. But why doesn't that same enthusiasm, that same energy, spill over into all of the other things, like doing something of constructive value in all of the other areas of activity, economics, education, not just entertainment, but in labor, in law, in politics. I've seen it have that detrimental effect. In fact, I know of occasions, of situations where people, and some of them really middle age. I'm not talking about teenagers. I'm talking about someone who was about 50 years old, and actually, when his team lost, he couldn't hardly come to work the next day.
Right.
And if he came to work, he was walking around, very sad, and it wasn't because he lost money on the team. It's just a team loss.
He was emotionally caught up in
He was emotionally drained.
That's right.
Completely emotionally drained, like someone in the family had died. Right. Well, we don't turn it around. What we do is morph that into the other areas of activity, like economics. That same type of enthusiasm. How you use your time and energy, which is basic economics according to what I've written. Mm-hmm. It's not just money. It's how you use your time, how you use your energy, your very conversations with people. Be enthusiastic about talking about things that are constructive, things that will help somebody to problem solve. See, we can keep that focus just on those 2 words so we don't lose focus. Just those 2 words. We can just ask ourselves all day long, this thing that I'm fixing to do, this thing that I'm thinking about doing, this place that I'm fixing to go, does it have anything to do with problem solving? And if it does, what problem? And what would be the solution to the problem? Does it have any connection with problem solving? Mm-hmm. Suppose we were in that frame of mind. Overnight, we would be a completely different people from the type of non-constructive people that we basically are. If we just walked around all day thinking about the most constructive way to solve problems and be completely enthusiastic. Actually be joyful about it. Be like it's super entertainment over the top. Problem solving. Every time we solve a problem. See what I mean? They're just limiting that to a game. Why not spill that same enthusiasm over into everything else that you do 24/7?
Gotcha.
Yes. Economics. See what I mean? Why not problem solve there? Why not be enthusiastic about that? How you use your time and energy even. The food that you eat. Problem solving. Get rid of obesity. Problem solving. How do we go about doing that? Talk about that at the family reunion. We got 78 people here at the family reunion. And everybody now is in much better health than they were at the last family reunion because we came together and talked about how we could go about doing that for the entire extended family. And now everybody here, is looking good, looking fit and whatnot, moving fast. hey, and it's not like that family reunion we had 8 years ago. I mean, just look at everybody here. Everybody's healthy. Why? Because we came together at the family reunion and we concentrated on just that for a little while, along with all the other things that we came together. I mean, this family is really humming, the extended family. There's no animosity and whatnot because everybody comes here in a problem-solving mood. Nobody's coming in here, like I started to illustrate a while ago, talking about Keisha been married 3 times, and that's her 3rd husband, and we like that 2nd husband, so I ain't talking to that 3rd one she's got because she's had too many husbands. I mean, and I don't particularly know if I like Keisha anyway, and this is what it degenerates into. And there we go. And then that type of poison spreads. But if you come there, and sure, you might know that that's Keisha's 3rd husband, but that's not important to you because what you got on that piece of paper in front of you sitting around that dinner table and whatnot, when everybody's all gathered there in the banquet room, is that, hey, these are the problems I came here to solve. I got a list of them. And I got suggestions about how we can solve Jake's problem, how we can solve Cousin Henry's problem, and that's what I got, and that's what I came here to concentrate on. You got that right there in front of you, lying on the table. And this is going to be my contribution to the family reunion this year. I got it all lined up here, how we can solve the problems of all these people in the family that we talked about last year that were having these problems. And I figured out how to solve all these problems for 8 people on this piece of paper right in front of me. That's what you call real codification. That's practical stuff. So I don't have time to think about Keisha's 3rd husband because I didn't come here to talk about that. I'm not even thinking about that, Wow. And if everybody came there like that, I mean, hey, the whole family gets to be, hey, you get to know everybody, in the most constructive manner. See, so when everybody goes back to the towns that they came from and all like that, everybody's feeling real excellent about everything that happened at that reunion because everything, every day, all 3 days was about people meeting and problem solving and having a good time doing it.